Welcome everybody, and hey guys, welcome to the off season. Do you hear that bird? Welcome to the off season, guys, and oh my god, it's already ramping up. We have had so much to talk about today. We're going to talk about the rumours that have came out on the Ice Hockey Rumours Twitter today. We're also going to be talking about the playoff final yesterday, and then we're going to be, I don't really know, to be honest. It's so hard to cover content now. Guys, I will need all of your support to get through the pain of the off season. If you guys are excited for another boring off season, give this video a like and of course subscribe. And without further ado, let's talk about the playoff final. Oh my god, what a playoff final. The Nottingham Panthers and Cardiff Devils went head to head yesterday to claim the playoff trophy. Sadly, the Nottingham Panthers won the playoffs and took it back to Nottingham. Back to Nottingham? They were in Nottingham. Now, it was an insane final to say the least. The Panthers took a 3-0 lead, but the Cardiff Devils scored 3 goals unanswered to tie the game at 3-3 going into overtime. Now, overtime is where the game were insane. It's probably the most insane overtime that I have witnessed ever. Now, I was listening on BBC Radio Nottingham praying for the eventual Cardiff Devils to be champions, which never happened. Now, obviously, at the start of overtime, the Panthers had a power play. This is huge. If they scored now, they would be playoff champions. But the referees had different thoughts. The Panthers scored, but the Cardiff Devils wanted to review it. By the time Cardiff wanted to review it, Panthers had threw all their equipment onto the ice and were preparing to celebrate a playoff championship for the first time in 9 years. However, the referee thought different. He wanted Cardiff to win, so he gave them a second chance and said no goal. Now, a lot of fans are saying that the Panthers goal was a good goal. From watching the many videos of the goal, I cannot tell if it was a good goal. I can't even tell if it was a goal. It looks like it was kicked in or it was pushed in, so I have no clue. Obviously, if I was to say it was no goal, you guys would get mad, but obviously it's my opinion, so on the Panthers goal, I am saying no goal. I don't think that was a goal. I don't think it should have stood, but it gets more insane. So just when you thought the Panthers had won it, and then Flashscore said they hadn't, the Devils then scored a goal, and Jacob Gawley, who we haven't heard of him much this season, started doing that as his celebration, saying, yep, that's a goal, that's a goal, that's a goal. And yet again, it happened again. The Cardiff Devils were celebrating that they had won the playoffs, and the referee yet again had different thoughts, saying no goal to the Cardiff goal. However, my opinion on this goal was different. Now, it was ruled off for goalie interference, I believe. However, looking at the video, I think there was actually interference after the puck went in the net. In my opinion, the goal should have stood. And that's not just me being a Steelers fan, not wanting Nottingham to win. Nottingham deserved it, and I wanted Nottingham to win. Purely because of AJ, obviously. I wanted to win it for AJ. But on the Cardiff goal, I didn't see anything wrong with it. Obviously, fans can have their own opinions. It's always going to spark up debate. You know, that's the world these days. You've got to debate something to get to an overall result. And the referees debated the goal to get the overall result of no goals. So off they went again, having 2 disallowed overtime winners. It happened. Mitch Fossier scored the goal and the Nottingham Panthers were playoff champions. It hurts as a Steelers fan to say that. now I've cleared my mouth of Panthers, let's talk rumours! As you guys know, I'm so excited today. As you guys know, with the off-season comes some hockey rumours, where your favourite player will either be rumoured to stay at your club, or your favourite player will either go to another club that you hate and you'll start calling him a traitor, or your favourite player will just leave to another country completely. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we have had a Steelers rumour, and I do not like it. Brandon Whistle to Belfast Giants. No! You dare. You even dare. Just because your brother is at Belfast, you have no authorization to leave the Sheffield Steelers. Honestly though, a lot of people are saying, you know, this rumour's going to be true. We can see Brandon Whistle leaving to Belfast. And, okay then, we'll take JJ Pickenich off you. If you're going to take one of our players, we're going to take one of your players. Jackson Whistle to Sheffield. I would love Whistle at Sheffield. But you know what, that's the easier way. Just get Jackson Whistle to sign for the Sheffield Steelers, and boom, shakalaka, shakalaka, shaka, boom, we're all friends. But Brandon Whistle has developed so much at Sheffield, I can understand why he'd want to leave. With his brother being at Belfast, apparently Brandon has opened up more about wanting to play with Jackson. Just get Jackson to come over to Sheffield. With the way Jackson Whistle plays, I'm sure we won't mind having him. Jackson Whistle and Matt Greenfield as a goalie duo. Imagine that. That would be a great goal. No, Jason Grande, Matt Greenfield and Jackson Whistle, a goalie trio. Imagine that. We'd have the 3 best goalies in the league. Sadly, you can cross off Jason Grande off that list because he's staying at Nottingham. But if Brandon Whistle was to leave, I would actually be pretty sad, because Brandon Whistle has been at Sheffield since 2018-19. It would be kind of sad to see him leave to a team that signs 1 trillion players per season. Now, obviously, I think the Steelers' main aim for next season is to get the league title off those teal traffic cones. And I really want Belfast to have a massive downfall next season, so I will be keeping my eye out on Scott Conway's departure. Can we make it happen? Thankfully though, the Belfast departure rumours have also started, with Kieran Long rumoured to leave Belfast to go to the National Ice Hockey League. Now, I have no clue how long Kieran Long's been there. I think he started at Manchester before he came to Belfast. I think he's been at Manchester since 2016, so it's understandable why he'd want to move on. Maybe he's going to retire and play in the NIHL like Jonathan Phillips and Ross Venus. Or maybe Kieran Long's going to retire altogether, not play hockey, but maybe get a job in the NIHL. It's really hard to tell. Of course, all of the rumours that are going to happen with the Steelers, the Giants, etc., all of the rumours particularly about the Steelers will be covered here on the channel. I've also got elite prospects, so if anybody was to leave Sheffield or to join Sheffield, I would get the notification, and then obviously I would cover it as soon as possible when I get that news. Okay, there's not going to be much content, guys, but I'm going to try my best to cover content when I can. Okay, so you guys sit back, relax, enjoy your summer with me, Steelers Guy. If you guys have enjoyed this video, give it a like and of course subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. That is right, tomorrow, for another Sheffield Steelers Guy video. That is it from Steelers Guy.